Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the Milwaukee Braves right after the All-Star break, the first game back. They're starting the second half, game number 78, and they're traveling to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Making his Milwaukee debut in 1961, we got Mac the Knife Jones leading off, playing center field. Batting second, playing second, we got Frank Boland. Batting third, playing third, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting sixth, playing first base is Joe Adcock. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves is going to be Tony Cloninger. And let's take a look at the St. Louis Cardinals, see what their starting lineup's like for this first game of the second half. Leading off, playing second is Bob Lillis. Batting second, doing the catching is Tim McCarver. Batting third, playing first base is Bill White. Batting fourth, playing third base is Ken Boyer. Batting fifth, playing left field is the man, Stan Musial. Batting sixth, playing right field is Charlie James. And batting seventh, playing center field is Don Tusky. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Jerry Bucky. And on the mound, doing the pitching is a young, aggressive pitcher named of Bob Gibson. Should be an interesting game, folks. Let's get down to the field here in St. Louis and get this party started. Hey, Tim. Let's see if Mac Jones here, Mac the Knife, can start off his career first game with the 61 Braves in a fashion here and get on base, folks. And that ball is swung on and missed, strike three. So welcome to the majors, Mr. Jones. He goes, sets down. And that brings up Frank Boland, and here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Charlie's out there. Jones, he makes the catch. And that'll be out number two. And that'll bring up Mr. Matthews. See if Eddie can get something going here, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Lillis, he muffs that ball. And that'll be an E4. That brings up Hank Aaron. He didn't want to see the All-Star break, folks. He was on a tear right before the All-Star break. 3 home runs in 2 games, folks. So here's Hank. Let's see if he can keep this hot streak going. And that is going to be a ground ball down the third. Ken Boyer's down there. Easy play. Fires across the diamond and gets Aaron. So the Braves leave one on. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Braves nothing. Cardinals due up. Lillis, McCarver, and White. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Mac. McMillan's up with it. Fires over to Adcock. 1 out. And Mr. McCarver, a young Tim McCarver's up now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. McCarver goes down swinging. 2 outs. Brings up Bill White. Thinks he can be president of the league. What do you think? Can he do it? And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Joe Adcock's got it. He calls off Tony and takes it himself. A 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. We go to the second. It's 0-0. Got Thomas, Adcock, and Torrey. See what happens here in the second. Been a while since Frank has played, folks. Let's look and see the last game that he played, besides pitch hitting here. He's been out of the lineup for a while. And he hasn't played since June 30th. So, like I say, he's had a few pitch hit duties there, but like I say, it's been like 14 or 15 days since he's played. Here's the pitch to Frank. He should be well rested. And he swings and misses. Gibson with a strikeout. His first strikeout, second strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Joe Adcock now. Here's Joe. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Easy play for Lillis. No, that's not a ground ball down the second. That's a swing and a miss. Sorry about that, folks. Old Gibson got the X quality. So that's 2 strikeouts. He's going for the hat trick. Let's see if Joe Torre can put the ball in play. And he does hit this ball down the second. Lillis is up with it, and 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves, folks. Looks like Gibson's on fire tonight. And that'll bring up Bob Boyer, Musial, and James for the Cardinals here in the second. Here's the pitch to Ken. And that's a fly ball in the right field. Hanks camped under it, makes the catch. Out number 1. And here's the man. The man is hitting .288 on the year with 11 home runs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is back, and gone. Stan, the man, Musial, hits out over the right field fence. Turned on that one. That was, look up and watch that one go by. The Cardinals take a 1-0 lead here. Bottom of the second. 1 out and nobody on for Charlie James. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Tony was cruising, and now all of a sudden they're getting to him. James is on at first with 1 out. And that brings up Don Taskey. Let's see here. He's batting .362 on the year. He's off to a great start, folks. And he's keeping that up, that's for sure. That ball's hit in the right field. And James will make his way down the third, folks. And all of a sudden, Tony can't get out of his own way. So we got first and third and 1 out here. Bucky up. The Braves are going to look to turn 2 and get out of this inning, folks. Here's the pitch to Jerry. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Tony. That's 2 outs now. Can the Braves get out of here without a crooked number being put up? We got Bob Gibson up now. Like we say on this channel, we don't need no stinking DH. Gibson's only hitting .069 though on the year. And that ball is hit down the second. And he'll go over to first and get Bob, and that'll end the inning, folks. But Cardinals score 1 on the Stan Musial home run. Take a 1-0 lead here going into the third. We got Roy McMillan, Tony Cloner, and Mr. Jones up here in the third. Here's Mac. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Stands out there, camps under it, and makes the catch. Out number 1. See what Tony can do. Can he help his own cause? Tony is 0 for 7 on the year. And that's a swing and a miss. Make it 0 for 8. 2 down here in the third. Here's Mac Jones. Second at bat of the season. Struck out his first time against Gibson. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? And Bob Lills at second calls for it. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Gibson. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still Cardinals up by 1. We got the top of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Lillis, McCarver, and White. Here's the pitch to Bob. And Bob's 0 for 1 today. Not no more, because that's a base hit in the left field. And lead runners on for Mr. McCarver. Carver struck out his first time up here. Here's the pitch to Tim. And that's a ground ball down the second, I believe. No, down the short. And McMillan charges that ball. His only play is going to be the first. So Bob gets down the second with 1 out now. Bill White, guy in scoring position for him. He grounded out the first his first time up. And that's going to be hit down the short. And he's going to look the runner back, fire over to first. Nice job by Mac. And now there's 2 outs with a runner on second for Ken Boyer. And here's the pitch to Ken. Ken's 0 for 1, flew out to Aaron his first time up. And he's going to hit this ball down to Matthews. He fires over to first. And the leadoff single doesn't do nothing, folks, as the Cardinals leave 1 on. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 1-0 Cardinals. We got the big boys coming up here against Gibson. Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron. Let's see if Frank can get on to set the table for him. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that's an easy out. 1 out. Here's Matthews now. Matthews walked his first time up. If I remember, reached on an error his first time up. Knew he got on, and that's going to be a base hit for the Braves. Their first hit of the game. As Matthews turns on that, drives that ball in the right field. James gets over, cuts it off, holds Matthews to a single. So we got Aaron up now with Eddie down at first. He grounded out the third his first time up. See if Hank can keep this hot streak up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he's going to go to short way to short, stomp, covering, and they'll get the lead runner. So Aaron's down at first now with 2 outs for Mr. Thomas. See if Frank can come through here after being off for a while. Struck out his first time up, and he hits that ball back down the second. And again, Bob's going to go to short way for the 3rd out. So the Braves leave Aaron on at first. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Usual. James and Tusky do up. Stan homered his first time up with only running a ball game so far. And he hits that ball in the left field. Frank Thomas is on his horse, goes back short of the track, makes the catch. Stan put a charge in it, but not quite enough for the second home run of the game. Here's Charlie James. He's 1 for 1, singled his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Hank's got it. Quick 2 outs here. Some loud outs, but 2 outs nonetheless. See what old Don can do. He's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up also. That's a ground ball down to McMillan at short. Easy play. Fires over the first. And that'll do it here in the 4th. So we make our way to the 5th inning, folks. Got to Adcock, Torrey, and McMillan up here for the Braves so they can make some noise against Gibby. And that's going to be a pop-up straight up the pike. Easy play for McCarver. And that's the first out of the inning. And here comes Mr. Joe Torrey. See if he can get aboard here and get something started. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Tusky's running after it. Nice catch. Robs Joe of a base hit there, folks. Joe goes back to the dugout, shaking his head a little bit. Thought he had a base hit. Nice play out there. Here comes Mac. See what McMillan can do. He drives that ball in the left field just out of the reach of the shortstop. So Mac's aboard here with a 2-out single. Let's see if Tony can help his own cause, because like I say, here's Gibson. You just stick the bat out and it might go somewhere. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. James has got it. Braves strand McMillan at first. At least they get the pitcher out of the way here in the 5th. Get to the bottom of the 5th. It's 1-0 Cardinals. Bucky, Gibbs, Gibby and Lillis due up here for the Cards. Here's the pitch to Jerry. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And this time he hits the ball down the short. Easy play for Mac. Fires over the Joe Adcock, and that'll be 1 out. And here's Bob Gibson. Got a little pop on his bat, but he doesn't make contact, folks. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Gibson. And here's Bob up for the 3rd time. He's 1 for 2. And he hits that ball down to McMillan. It's an easy inning for Tony. 1, 2, 3 go to Cardinals. We'll make it to the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals hanging on to a 1-run lead. We got the top of the order due up here for the Bravos. Jones, Bolin, and Matthews. Be nice to see Mac get a hit here in his first game. But it ain't happening this time. He hits that ball in the gap. James is running after it. Gets there. Cam's under it. And that's 1 out. Here's Frank Bolin. Frank is 0 for 2. He's flown out the right and center. And he hits this one on the ground this time, folks, down the buck. And he's up with it. Fires over to first. And that's a quick 2 outs. See if Eddie can put a charge in this ball here. He's 1 for 2 today and reached on an error the time that he didn't single. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. Bob Gibson pitching a heck of a game. So's Tony. But he gave up that home run to stand the man. So he's trailing. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Lillis, McCarver, and White. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be swung on and missed, strike 3. Nice job by Tony. Get the first out here in the 7th. 6th, rather. Rushing the game a little bit. And here's McCarver, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. So back to back. I'm sorry. That was McCarver that struck out the first time. And now it is White who walks. Sorry about that. Frank makes his way down to first. It's 1 out. And here's Ken Boyer. Braves are looking to turn 2. And that's a tailor-made double play. See if they can pull it off. Mac, the Frank, the Joe, 6-4-3 inning double play, folks. And we go to the 7th inning. The Braves trailing by 1. We got the hammer due up, Thomas and Adcock. So let's see what Hank can do. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Gibson is on a roll here today, folks. It's a masterpiece here. Comes Frank Thomas up now. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Quick 2 outs. See what Joe Adcock can do some damage here, folks. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped up to the catcher. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Joe's going to take his base. Maybe Gibson's going to get wild for him and give up something here now. Got Joe Torre due up now. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's a nice squared up hit. Joe gets a hold of this one, folks. And he drives that ball in the left field right down the line. And Joe Adcock is going to score, folks. And we got a tie game here. And Joe's standing down at second. Nice piece of hitting by Torre. Gibson's kind of lost the plate a little bit, and he grooved that one. So we got 2 outs now with Mac down at second. Can he drive Joe in and get the lead run in here in the 7th? And that's going to be a base on balls. They go out and talk to Gibson. And he's already got that look on his face at this young of an age, but they're getting the bullpen up. We got first and second now with 2 outs. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Tony. See what happens here. Can the Braves get the lead? See who they got here on the bench. And they're going to bring out Lee May here to pitch hit for Tony. There's Lee. See if he can get a 2-out base hit here against Bob Gibson and bust this game open for the Braves here. And he sure does, folks. That ball is deep. That ball is far. That ball is going. Lee May pulls that ball down the line, and that's a 3-run pitch hit. Home run, folks. How about that? Lee May. Gibson, like I say, was cruising through this game. And all of a sudden, he has lost the strike zone and gets behind on these batters and grooves one. And Lee May takes advantage of it, folks. And that was gone. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-1 ball game. And that'll be it for Bob Gibson. He is not happy. Sure. So we'll get a new pitcher here for Gibson. Got a lefty, righty, lefty up. See who they got in the pen. And they're going to bring in Mickey Dirtman. He's the only lefty they got in the pen. Everybody's well rested after the All-Star break. Nice is right, Tim. Sure. Lee May coming off the bench. Let's see here. There's Mickey. And here's Mac. See if he can get a base hit here. Pitch to Mac. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that'll end the inning, folks. But not until the Braves score 4 in the 7th inning and take a 4-1 lead. That's the 7th inning stretch, folks. See who's going to come out here and pitch. Wiley's going to come out here and pitch, and I think we might do a double switch. Take Jones out of the game, put May in, let May stay in, and Wiley will come in and pitch. That's what we'll do. So we'll go here. Carl will come in. He'll bat in the 8th, the leadoff spot. The old double switch. You got to love the pitcher batting, folks. You don't get that any other time. So like I say, Carl come in and hit in the 1 hole. And we need a right fielder, and May will play right field. Oh, no, we need a center fielder. Lee will play center field. Sorry about that, folks. Aaron's playing right. There we go. So we got Lee in center, Frank in left, and Aaron. I guess we'll go back, undo that. I'll put Hank in center. Undo that. We'll move Hank over to center field and put May in right field. And what did Jones do? He flew out the center. Okay, redo that. Fly out the center. Sorry about that, guys. While they're playing that, I'll have no clue again. Alrighty, here we go. Well, now it's not letting me. We're going to have to exit out of this or what? Okay, here. Alrighty, here we go. Now it's letting me do the defensive change. And like I say, Carl come in, batting the leadoff spot. First we'll move Hank over to center. Put Lee in right. And bring Carl in the leadoff spot in the 1 hole. There we go. Moving everybody around here. And now we got Wiley's going to face Musial, James, and Tuska. Let's see what happens here with Stan the Man. He's already homered once in this game, folks. And that's going to be popped up straight up the chute. That's not a home run in a phone booth, folks. And Joe's got it. No problem for out number 1. And here's Charlie. He's 1 for 2 here today. I ground balls down the short. McMillan's up with it. Easy play. Fires over to first to Adcock. Quick 2 outs here in the 7th. See what Don can do. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Carl mows them down here in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. The Braves leading by 3. We got Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron due up here in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Lillis has got it. Fires over the 1st. 1 out. Here comes Eddie. Eddie's 1 for 3. He's reached on an error single and flew out the center. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Matthews goes down. That's what they brought old Mickey in for, is to pitch to the lefties. Now we got Aaron. Aaron is 0 for 3, folks. He is grounded out. He has reached on a fielder's choice, and he struck out. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. The Hammer keeps his hitting streak going, folks. So Hank's aboard with 2 outs now for Frank Thomas. And here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field, folks. And Hank's going to turn on the Jets. He's going to end up down at 3rd with 2 outs now. And all of a sudden, the Braves are making some more noise here. Cardinals would like to see Mickey get through this inning. He's due to lead off. So here's the pitch to Joe Adcock. Now 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's a blast, folks. That ball is driven into the gap, and well, now it's driven down the first baseline, folks. And that's going to clear the bases. And just like that, the Braves open this game up with 2 outs. Nice job by Joe Adcock. And it is a 6-1 ball game. And Joe standing down at 2nd with a double. Here's the pitch to Joe Torre now. And that'll end the inning. That ball is hit down the short. He'll fire across the diamond over to first to get Joe. But not until the Braves score 2 more on the double by Joe and lead this game 6-1, folks. and Butch, and we'll have a pitch hitter, and then Lillis is due up. So here's the pitch to Jerry. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan. He'll field it cleanly. Plants and throws out number 1. See who they're going to bring in here to pitch hit against Carl. I think they're going to bring old Red in the pitch hit here. Where's Red at? There's Red. And here's the pitch to Red. 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be ball 1 to him. 1-0 count. And he comes back and strikes him out, folks. Nice piece of pitching by Wiley. That is 2 quick outs. Here's Bob Lillis. And he is 1 for 3, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Joe takes it himself, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. See who they're going to bring in here to pitch. And they're going to bring in Mr. Anderson, I believe. Yeah, they'll bring in Mr. Anderson here to finish the 9th up. He'll be facing McMillan, May. And unless something happens, he'll probably face Wiley. We probably won't pitch hit for him. Just depends on what happens here. Here's the pitch to Mac. And he gets a hold of this one off of Mr. Anderson. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. And James gets over, throws the second, and Mac's in there with a double, slides in safe. So lead off double for Mac. And that brings up Lee May now. Lee May with the big 3-run homer to give the Braves the lead. Let's see what he does now, folks, with a runner down at second. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. That'll get Mac down to third with 1 out. Let's see if Mr. Wiley can help his own cause, folks. We're going to let him hit. Like I say, let him finish this game up. So here's the pitch to Carl. And that's going to be a ground ball. They're going to have the infield in, and that's going to be a single through second, folks. We don't need no stinking DH. And just like that, RBI single for Wiley. We got a 7-1 lead here, folks. Now Frank Boland's up with 1 out and Carl down at first. He's 0 for 4. See if he can get off the snide here. No, he doesn't. He hits that ball down the third. And only play for Boyer is over at first. Carl get down to second with 2 outs now for Mr. Matthews. And Eddie's 1 for 4. Let's see if he can go 2 for 5. No, because that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Braves add another insurance run with the Carl Wiley RBI single. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Braves leading 7-1, folks. You got McCarver, White, and Boyer due up here in the 9th against Carl. Here's the pitch to McCarver. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be a single in right field. Is that what it is? No, I'm sorry. That's not a single. That's a ground ball down the short. McMillan's got it. Throws that ball in the dirt. Joe Adcock gets it in front of it. Keeps the ball from getting by him, but McCarver's on an E6. Not what you want here with a 6-run lead. Here is Bill White now. And that ball is back. That ball is far. That ball is going, going, going. And the Cardinals aren't giving up without a fight here, folks. Just like that, it's 7-3. Braves are trying to get through this game with just Wiley. We'll see what happens here. Here's Boyer up now with 1 out. No outs, rather, and nobody on. And that's a ground ball down the MAC. He's up with it for out number 1. The error cost him. Here's Stan the Man. He homered earlier in the game. See what happens with him this time. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Adcock. He's got it. Calls Wiley off. Touches the bag for out number 2. And here's Mr. James. And that'll do it, folks. That's an easy roller down the short. Mac fielded cleanly this time. Nice throw this time. And that ends the ball game, folks. Braves win 7-3. We'll look here at the box score. And the Braves 7 runs on 9 hits and an error. Cardinals 3 runs on 5 hits and an error. Nobody but McMillan had more than 2 hits. Lee May coming off the bench, folks, with that 3-run homer. That was the key to the game there. And nobody on the Cardinals had more than 1 hit. But we had 2 home runs, one by Stan the Man and the other one by Mr. White. Tony pitched 6 innings, gave up only 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up the home run. Oh, exactly. It was a pitching masterpiece for a long while. And then Gibson, all of a sudden, I kind of felt it when he gave up that walk. It was like, ooh, and then he started grooving them. And that's when the damage happened. All of it in that 4th inning, wasn't it? Or 5th. See what inning it was. Heck, I was off all in the 7th inning. Yeah, 7th inning they got to Gibson. We just got rid of the box score. Didn't mean to do that. So like I say, Gibson was cruising until that 7th inning. Like I say, Tony was 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up a home run. Carl comes in, gets a 3-inning save, 1 hit, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, struck out 2, and gave up that home run. Hey, how's it going, Sports Time Machine? And like I say, Bob Gibson, 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 5, and the big 3-run homer to Lee May. McDermott comes in, pitches an inning and a third, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, struck out 1. And then Mr. Anderson comes in, pitches the 9th, gives up 2 hits and a run, struck out 1. Let's do some fast play here, folks, in the National League. We got the Cubs traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. You got a Jim O'Toole pitching for the Reds. See how this works out here with this 3.09 ERA. And the Cubbies win a wow game. Let's see what the star is here. Cubbies turn 4 double plays. Sure. Reds hitting into bad luck. Oh, cool. Sports Time Machine. I'll check that out. 91 Braves replay. What engine are you using? The Cubbies 7 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. And the Reds 6 runs on 14 hits and 3 errors. I keep forgetting about being able to do that. Show that. Alrighty, we got the Phillies traveling out to California to take on the Dodgers. Oh, Stratomatic. Cool. Cool, man. Advanced or basic. See what happens out here in the Coliseum. And the Phillies go out to LA after the All-Star break and beat the Dodgers. 5 runs on 10 hits and an error. The Dodgers 3 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. Advanced with some super advanced. Cool. And we got the other Pennsylvania team out in California. And they're taking on the Giants here. Mr. Friend against Odell. And the Pirates travel out there and get a big win. Bob Friend went 10 innings, folks. We'll have to look at that box score. Pirates 4 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Giants 3 runs on 7 hits and an error. And like I say, Friend pitching 10 innings to get the win. Take a look here. 10 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 4, and gave up a home run. Who hit the home run? Looks like Davenport hit the home run. Dick Stewart, he hit a home run. Let's look at the scorecard here. Stewart was the game-winning home run, folks. A walk, well, not a walk-off since they was the visitors, but yeah, home run in the 10th inning by Dick Stewart gets the Pirates the win. Let's take a look at the standings here. And the Braves on a 6-game winning streak, leading the Giants now by 3.5 games, thanks to the Pirates. The Cardinals are 7.5 games back now with the loss to the Braves. Reds are 8.5 games back. The Cubbies 11 games back. Dodgers 11.5 games back. The Pirates are 14 games back. And look at this, folks. Phillies 24 games back on a 4-game winning streak. That's something to talk about in this year because the Phillies have been struggling. Alrighty, I want to thank Sports Time Machine, folks, for stopping by. Go over and check out that channel. Like I say, I'm going to, after I get done here, and check out that 91 Braves game. I want to thank Tim D for stopping by. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of St. Louis, hit that like button. Oh, you're welcome, Tim. And until next time, you all take care and have a great evening.